That wraps up our 11th season of NBA 2K TV.
We have had so much fun with you, the community. Thanks to all of you for making this another success.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Along with the all-star team of Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. Looking at the starting five for Boston. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Mikan in at the 5. And for Minneapolis, they've got Kobe Bryant. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out there with Johnson. And it's Freeman in at the 4 slot. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
And so off the tip, it's Boston. Now here's White. Over Johnson. White, good.
Well, for obvious reasons, this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in White running the pick and roll.
Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Bryant outside. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Now here's Brown. Defense is right there. Mikan. Here's Peterson. Count the basket. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Minneapolis. First quarter, just over a minute played. And the basket by Freeman.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
And Brown with the stuff.
Flashing his athleticism there. Once Brown gets solid interior positioning, he's focused on jamming it home.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Playing Phoenix, he was nearly unstoppable. Uses the glass to drop it in. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Pass to Peterson. Brown with it. Lets the 3 fly. Drops in the 3. Brown's got 5.
Well, this offense is off to an outstanding start. They're communicating, executing, and finding great shots.
Here's Freeman. Coming off an unbelievable high-scoring game. And is blocked. Outside White. And again, Boston with the triple.
Look, shooting off the catch is something White's become really good at.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Here's what Minneapolis' head coach had to say when we spoke earlier. We discussed Jaylen Brown and what makes him such a hard player to defend, and coach said to me, Jaylen is a freak athlete and has become a really good shooter over time too. We can't give him clean looks, and we have to guard him closely. Let's see if the defense is up to the task.
Thanks for that, Allie. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
And out of bounds, Boston will have it. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Throws it up high. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Bryant. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bryant. Here's a look at some stats for him. Celtics lead by 3. Fades. Again, Boston.
Yeah, when you make your mid-range shots, you force your opponents to adjust.
Well, look, he's got the length to get that shot off regardless of how the defense plays.
Nice move to get inside and create a good look for himself.
Pass to Mikan. Here's Peterson. Shot clock at 6. Here's Pritchard. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Shot from the top of the key. Oh, it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander. The score now all even. Bryant's got 6 points.
The defense gives Shea all their attention, and that leaves another guy open and ready to score.
Timeout called, the Celtics. And as we head into this break, the players have an opportunity to replenish their energy with Gatorade as they prepare to go into the final stages of this ball game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, not to mention over the course of a season, you have to stay hydrated. If you don't, it's amazing how much slower your body is to bounce back. It can have a serious effect on performance, no question.
And here we have the 2K leaderboard with last year's best three-point shooters. The fourth spot held by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
He shot with nearly unmatched confidence from the arc last year, and the numbers and his position on this list clearly reflect that.
Again, the miss by Boston.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Here's Pritchard. No made baskets yet. And Gilgeous-Alexander with a block.
Impeccable defense from Gilgeous-Alexander. For a guard, he blocks a fair amount of shots.
Here's Brown. And he connects with a jumper.
Boy, oh boy. Both teams lighting it up to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their teams.
He was all alone on that one. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7 points.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Pass to Peterson. Now White. And that one is stuffed right through.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. Out of bounds, it'll be Celtics ball.
And a misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
Boston's gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. Brown passes to Pritchard. Here's Mikan. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Big Daddy.
Way to rise to the occasion and snatch back the momentum.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
So it's Boston now. Minneapolis getting their last shot to go. And here's Johnson. He's got 5. Pass to Freeman. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 assists now tonight. And Boston calls time here. They couldn't put the pieces together last time out, losing to the Clippers.
I'll tell you what, once things started to go downhill, their performance plummeted. It wound up getting pretty ugly.
Yeah, they just committed too many mistakes at both ends. But credit their opponent for being disruptive.
Celtics making a change here. Davison's checked in. Knocks it loose. To the inside, Freeman. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Minneapolis.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And I've also really liked how aggressive they've been in the open floor. I mean, when they see a chance to push it, they go for it.
2 points. That one goes.
The floater can be a tricky shot, but that's the right choice.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Gets an open look and hits it. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 12 points.
Oh, it's just raining threes for them early.
Davison, pass to Mikan. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Pass to Freeman. And here's Bryant outside. And again, it's Minneapolis with a three.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Now Brown. Last game we saw him with 32 points. Oh, and Bryant with a block. Abdul-Jabbar passes to Bryant.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
Mikan. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. He's got 11.
And we've watched Brown evolve his game. Playmaking has been at the forefront of his development.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Ooh, hits the difficult fadeaway jumper.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
Oh, and Bryant with a block. We've got 1:28 left in the first quarter. Out of bounds, Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. Johnson, he's checked in for Bryant. Here's Davison. Not a good performance from him in that loss to the Clippers. Mikan, no good.
That's going up against a defense that knows your tendencies.
Johnson with a bucket.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Mikan's got 14 points.
Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help.
You really have to question the defensive effort on that possession.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
Now here's White. 7 points in the game. To the middle. Peterson takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet. The reverse slam, that was sweet.
Ah, the finesse on full display. Oh, ho, ho!
Wow.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Yeah, and guys, when White's got the ball in his hands, you can count on him to make the right decision.
Just an awesome display of athleticism on our AT&T 5G slam. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
And that's creativity. Gilgeous-Alexander continues to amaze.
Trying to go for a lob there. Excellent defense and anticipation to stop it. The first quarter concludes, and a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. It's Minneapolis. They lead by 14. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And when you consider how Minneapolis is doing, guys, your thoughts?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
Yeah, they gave the other team no time to breathe. Every time they got the ball, they were off to the races. And you see how effective this aggressive mindset can be.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. And it's Peterson in at the 4 spot. Now here's White. Fires from deep. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Johnson. Yep, that one's good. Johnson's gotten his first basket of the night.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
And that's out of bounds. Last touch by White. Bryant, he's checked in for Minneapolis. Cadis checked in for Boston. Walsh comes in for White. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Lakers. Their last game, a win against the Suns. Looking to carry it into this one.
And they got into a consistent offensive flow, largely because the defense they were facing was poor.
Yeah, but even against weak defense, your execution still matters. Luckily, they were able to take advantage.
Here's Sanders. Minneapolis getting their last shot to go. Pass to Brown. Here's Sanders. Shot clock at 2. Puts up a deep 3. Brown, no good.
The shooter thought he had enough space, but the defender was right on him.
Yeah, he may have had space, but the defense did a nice job closing that gap quickly.
Wow, they're really being taken advantage of defensively out there. No rim protection whatsoever.
Here's Sanders. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Impressive. I mean, challenging at the rim against length. You just have to love the aggressiveness.
Yeah, showing absolutely zero fear as he goes right at the bigger defender.
Picking up right where he left off. Hit 2 triples in the first quarter. Now he gets another to fall.
Here's Sanders. And it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go. And Minneapolis making a change here. And Boston calls time here. Last time they met in Boston.
Today's game is about effort and energy. They got crushed on the glass the last time these teams played.
Yeah, it wasn't their finest hour or finest 2 hours. It has to be a matter of pride for them this time.
And a chance now to check out the scoring distribution between the front court and back court players tonight for Minneapolis.
And it's been an outstanding performance by the fellas in the backcourt. Their guards have been just carrying the load on offense.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. And there it is for him.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
Gilgeous-Alexander lifting off and hammering it down with all he's got.
The drive by Brown. And Brown with the stuff.
And slammed that thing through.
A nasty two-hander. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall. And he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Here's Keita. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Clippers. Drops in the layup for 2. Keita's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, you got to love that. Showing no fear whatsoever. He goes right at the bigger defender. Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
Now here's Brown. 9 points in the game. And it's Boston scoring again.
Talk about a crafty move. When you're giving up some height, you always want to bust out that fadeaway.
Gilgeous-Alexander's shot is good.
And he continues to shoot a perfect percentage. Clearly a big reason why they're up right now.
Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Out of bounds, it'll be Celtics ball. Here's a look at what's coming up for Boston. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the Sacramento Kings.
One way you could look at this difficult stretch against some of the best in the league, it's a tremendous chance to prove to the league just how good your team is. It could provide a huge statement.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
The NBA is focused on the next generation. Commissioner Adam Silver said a lot of top draft picks are incredibly skilled, but that doesn't necessarily translate to being team basketball players. There's an opportunity for us to be more active participants in developing younger players and getting kids active. BA?
One step ahead, Allie. Thanks. 2 open that time. Made it look easy. Brown's got 13 now.
Well, he's been able to find points, just not enough of them. They've got to string together some more buckets.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Davison, the pass to Brown. He's got it going on. Now 7 for 10.
Well, we're seeing this more and more out of Brown. The ability to take over for an extended period of time.
Pass to Davison. It's deflected, and he gets it back. And so the ball out of bounds. Brown touched it last. Taking a look back at last season, the team leaders in rebounding. The Lakers, #1.
Last year, this was a team that owned the paint. They were so committed to rebounding. And that's a stat you love to lead the league in.
Minneapolis leading by 20. Tipped away. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Bryant. Here's Big Daddy. Yes, sir, and it's Bryant picking up the assist. Bryant's got 7 assists in the game.
Look, if I'm one of his teammates, I just keep getting him the ball. He has been lights out.
Pass to Radliff. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Just flawless timing right there.
Right? The dish, the catch, the flush, the whole thing was perfect. Back to Brown from the right block. And it's in, off the glass. Brown's got 17.
He played well in the first quarter, but now he's taking it to the next level.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Radliff. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
In terms of offense, they've been the more efficient team by far.
Well, I think it's because they're calling sets that really match up well with their personnel.
Oh, and Johnson with a block.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Well, they just need to keep getting him the ball. He has been terrific this quarter.
Fades and shoots. And the shot goes down. Kid has got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, the defense was there, but he does a great job of creating separation with the fadeaway.
Johnson finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Big Daddy. There's the triple. And again, it's Minneapolis with a 3.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
Outside, Brown. Knocks it down from distance. Brown's got 20.
Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
And Stan, they always say for a player, confidence is such a big part of it. How can a coach instill that in a player?
Well, as your coach, I think your job is to create a system that the players believe in and they believe they can have success in. The rest of it has to come from inside of the players. They have to believe in themselves.
Here's Davison. He has 6. Yep, that one goes. Davison's got 8 points.
Hey, That right there was a lot of confidence, given the size of the disadvantage there.
Yeah, a skilled player can work around the mismatch. He's used to dealing with larger guys.
Sanders with the bucket.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And they had early success from the perimeter, but I don't understand how they've gotten away from that here in the second.
Pass to Johnson. Blocked! Here's Walsh. Good. And Brown gets the assist.
It's always a great sign for this offense when Brown is making plays for others.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Lakers. Following this one, they host the Trailblazers. That game will be the third of 5 at home. Big Daddy, and that one drops for him. Big Daddy's got 13 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
And he lobs it up to the rim. Alley-oop up top, hammer it home.
Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
Oh, just an artful little reverse slam.
Power and style. That was sweet. Here's Davison. Give him 8. Here's Cato. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it. And that goes out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Both teams deciding to change it up. Outside Johnson. And Johnson gets it to go on the assist from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside White. Pass to Davison. Poke loose. It's stolen by Johnson.
If you can, use up the clock en route to the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
Peterson, that one's good. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. It's Minneapolis running away with it. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was the man in the first. He ended up with 33 points, 2 rebounds, and a crazy number of assists. How about you, Kenny? What did you think about this home team?
They score very effectively. With the exception of ball movement and play calling, they were able to exploit multiple weaknesses in the defense. They've got to feel good about themselves running out to a huge lead.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seemed to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count. That means taking care of the ball.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
And given that he's just delivered a double-double through 2 quarters, I'm excited to see his stats at the end of the night.
Well, he's already put in a full day's work. They might want to lighten the load on him in the second half.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out there with Johnson. Then there's Kobe Bryant, and it's Abdul-Jabbar in at the 5.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
And for Boston, Pritchard and White at the 1 and the 2. And it's Mikan in at the center position, locking down the middle. White against Johnson. White, the pass to Mikan. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Just such a terrific dunker.
Man, born to fly, that's for sure. And, Coach, you look at Derek White, maybe not the biggest name, but he is a winning player.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the most underrated players in the league. He's got a great feel for the game at both ends of the court. He is tremendously solid across the board.
Now here's White. He's got 10 to the paint. Here's Johnson.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
Well, clearly the defense has had no answer for them. Might be time to try something different.
Here's Pritchard. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. That one goes in. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for Minneapolis. Pass to Johnson. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's in there. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 40 points.
Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch.
Here's Peterson. That's tipped. They're running. Johnson for 3. And again, it's Minneapolis with a 3.
It's been a perfect start coming out of the half. I mean, you have to really love the execution.
Oh, and Bryant with a block. And he recovers it. Pass to Davison. Here's Pritchard. Second shot opportunity. And he takes it up and lays it in. Pritchard's got 4 points in the quarter.
I'd like to see them run more plays for him. Maybe something in motion to make it harder for the defense to deny the ball.
Johnson with a bucket.
And since the halftime break, their offense has just been on another level.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
Shoots a fadeaway. Another one falls for Boston.
Not only is he putting up the numbers, but he's doing it at a very efficient rate, exactly when his team needs it.
Here's Freeman. He's got 13. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Look, in that first half, he was hot from beyond the arc, and that's now his second in this half.
Out to the wing. Here's Peterson. Give him 8. Ooh, he's locked in. Drains his 5th shot in as many attempts. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander.
Great teamwork and great timing.
Oh, spectacular play. The Celtics have gotten 5 of 7 attempts in the third quarter. Mikan passes to Pritchard. Charity stripe shot. Here's Davison. 6 to shoot. Oh, and Bryant with a block. Outside Johnson. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. White against Johnson. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Out of bounds. It'll be Celtics ball. Showing the numbers from last NBA season, the leaders in team steals. The Lakers, number 1.
The steals numbers only tell part of the story. This was a team that made trouble for every opponent with their incredible effort on the defensive end.
Davison, the pass to Mikan. Here's Peterson. That one falls. Peterson's got 12 points in the game.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Bryant. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Johnson.
Oh! Wow!
Just rising up to the rim.
Man, when he gets up there, he gets up there. You know what I'm saying? Once again, an explosive highlight on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. White against Johnson. White drives in. And the Celtics another 3.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Johnson, just outstanding. He hits again, and he's still a perfect 9 for 9.
Guys, he is on fire this quarter. I mean, what an incredible scoring performance.
Puts up a deep 3, and it's Mikan with a rebound. The Celtics have gone 7 of 10 here in the second half. Davison, the pass to White. Driving inside. Here's Mikan. Pass to Pritchard. Late clock, the Celtics got to hurry here. And the three-pointer goes. He's got 13.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Oh, my goodness!
What a dunk.
Yeah, and Gilgeous-Alexander is a fighter. Someone that challenges the defense and bullies his way through contact.
Davison, the pass to Mikan. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
The Celtics making a switch here. Brown's checked in. And Boston has possession. Just 5 on the clock. Fires from 14. Oh, he nails it. 10 for 14 after that one.
Well, you got to know the scouting report on Brown. He's solid cashing in from the mid-range.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Bryant. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Bryant's got 6 in the quarter.
He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Here's Brown. There's another block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Protecting the rim well. Love the hustle. And we're going to have a jump ball. And so here's Minneapolis. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. He's guarded by White. The hook shot. Count that bucket. Abdul-Jabbar's got 6.
So few players still use the hook shot, but it's a tremendous weapon when done right.
Here's Peterson, covered by Bryant. Again with the block.
Swatting shots away with ferocity.
He is not messing around in this one. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and the jumper is good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 47 points. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Minneapolis.
Well, they're shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You got to love that intensity.
And you got to respect their energy level. A lot of steals, staying active and making things happen.
And Minneapolis making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Hauser, he's checked in for Boston. Walsh comes in for White. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Bryant. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Bryant's got 8 points in the quarter.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Yeah, and when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
Pass to Hauser. Just 4 to shoot. Pure from three-point range. Hauser's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
And another dime for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He has been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's Mikan, right through the D for the layup. Mikan's got 20.
They're really looking to that inside game here in the second half, getting away from taking a bunch of threes.
And it's good for 2.
Well, for him, it hasn't been a big night. With his reputation, they've used him more as a decoy.
Pass to Hauser. Nails it from beyond the arc. Hauser's got 6 points.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Oh, and Bryant with the block. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bryant. .103 left in the third quarter. Left side, Brown. Oh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot from the low post is good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 49 in the game.
Yeah, when Shea goes all out, catching up to him is not an option, and he is gone.
Over to the wing, and he knocks the jumper down. Here's Johnson. He's got 9. And we've got 28 seconds left in the third. The fader, and that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
Here's Pritchard. And he lobs it up top. It's stolen by Johnson. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer.
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter on a strong, positive note.
What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for Minneapolis, helping them space the floor, 2 triples. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Here's Pritchard. And it's Ratliff in at the point guard position. Down low. Here's Sanders. Count it. Good. Sanders has gone 6 of 7. Making it look easy here. Deflects the pass. Inside. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket. Well, Grant, in terms of scheduling, you see any way to eliminate back-to-backs?
You know, I'm not a big fan of eliminating back-to-backs, but to answer your question, B.A., you have 2 choices. Either fewer regular season games or extend the season by a few weeks. I don't think either one of those options is in our future.
Davison, he's checked in for Boston. Here's Sanders. Pass to Hauser. Banked it in off the glass. Hauser's got 10 points here in the second half.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
From 20 feet, and that one's good.
Oh, man, they have really heated up from mid-range.
Here's Shireman. And Minneapolis making a change here. One side is dominated tonight.
Yeah, they've done a fantastic job of imposing their pace and style of play. And trying to put the game away, he's been nails all evening.
Yeah, but you can't let up now. We've seen too many wild comebacks in this league.
Down low, Hauser. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass.
Attacking the heart of this defense. That's 8 straight points inside.
Pass to Freeman. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Celtics.
The defense will take that miscommunication. Not even close.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Here's Davison. It's tipped. Here's Big Daddy. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Big Daddy's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Here's Sanders. Again, Boston.
And despite the defender's length, he goes right up from the mid-range.
Well, and that shows how much confidence he has in his ability and the work that he's put into his game.
And the basket by Freeman.
Reliable approach, getting the ball in the paint and going to work.
Pass to Shireman. Here's Keita. Stan, there are lots of loud arenas in the NBA. What was the toughest place for you to win?
Well, Brian, it was against whoever had the best players on the other side.
Oh, great teamwork right there.
Hey, you got to love the finish. Bringing it down with some attitude. To the inside. Going all the way to the rack. Big Daddy's shot is good.
An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Here's Davison. Tipped. Big Daddy, the pass to Big Daddy. And again, it's Minneapolis with a three.
And he's not taking it easy on them at all. I mean, we all know he's going to keep pouring it on.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
And a clever pass fake kept the D from closing in. For Minneapolis, they've gotten all 8 shots to fall. Red hot here in the fourth. Pass to Big Daddy. Takes a three. And again, it's Minneapolis with a three.
Well, he's going back to the arc. He might be building some momentum from range here in the second half.
Here's Hauser from downtown. It goes again. His 6th basket in 7 tries.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Here's Freeman. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion. Well, Grant, it appears that league expansion is around the corner. Any concerns about spreading the talent too thin?
Not really, B.A. I mean, the global pool of players competing for an NBA roster spot has never been deeper. So there's plenty of talent to go around.
To the middle. And it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair. Count it.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Davison, the pass to Queta. Here's Shireman. Got a piece of it. Here's Freeman. Finished off the break.
Action on the break has fueled them tonight. They're winning the transition battle.
Yeah, they did a great job of controlling the pace throughout the game and keeping the defense on their heels.
And the basket by Freeman.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Boston has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. Pass to Davison. Here's Sanders. Shot to stop the run, and the layup is good. Sanders has got 11 here in the quarter alone.
Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Shireman. Shots blocked.
And right now they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Big Daddy's shot is good.
Their offense is really humming right now, and it's because of the beautiful ball distribution.
Here's Hauser. There's the block. And he's going for the oop here. And they're running. Pass to Freeman. Here's Big Daddy. Fires the three. Knocks down the triple. Freeman's got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best of them.
Sanders, no good.
That could have been an easy pass and finish. Not really sure what went wrong.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those two guys.
Here's Davison. To the paint. He goes up again. Got a piece of it. Pass to Hauser. Here's Shireman. Stan, as a coach and now a broadcaster, you've gotten to visit all the great cities the NBA has to offer. Can you give us a favorite?
So, Brian, you're going to try to get me in trouble here. I'm going to give you one city and offend 29 other fan bases. Not a chance. I love all the NBA cities.
Not like you not to take a stance. Inside, Queta. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Great find. Leading his teammate right to the bucket.
Big Daddy. The pass to Big Daddy. Here's Big Daddy. Right wing, 6 on the shot clock. Nails it from 3. Freeman's got 13 points in this quarter.
They're really employing a deep-range initiative here in the fourth, and it's working.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot. But when you're knocking him down, you might as well keep riding it.
And it's rejected.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Lakers.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And this will give them their 7th win of the year.
Only a 2-game series, and they win both. They have to be satisfied with this.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And I love his composure. He didn't try to do too much or force things, but he was ready to take advantage of every opening the defense gave him.
I love the way he went with the bounce pass there. Great awareness.
Here's Big Daddy. Sanders with a rebound.
Hard to convert against that kind of defensive pressure.
Yeah, that's the kind of aggressive defense you always want to see on the interior.
Oh, what a finish in traffic! My goodness!
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Here's Freeman. And so it's Minneapolis with the W. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort.
All right, Allie, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Stan Van.